somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Good evening, Table Talk with Pastor DePoy. I'm glad you called.
Hey, DePoy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I just wanted to tell Kyle something, that he's an asshole.
Well, that's a dumb thing to tell anybody. Judy, my wife, takes these calls. They have caller ID. So when people call and make stupid comments like that, uncalled for the purpose of just getting attention to themselves, and I think showing their own ignorance, we have their number, and we do record it. So 733-4040. What amazes me, a guy that wants to stay on, he stayed online for 10, 15 minutes so he could make that kind of a comment. Tells him the guy doesn't have too much on the ball going, I would think. So,
you're on the air. How may I help you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, sir. Hi.
Hi.
Well, I wanted to see those little swallows or swallows. What do they fly all about with it? Like that.
Okay.
Hello, you're on.
Hi, Jim.
Hi.
I'm so excited to finally talk to you.
You're what?
I'm so excited to finally talk to you.
You're so excited to talk to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't know what's doing these next few weeks. I don't know if it's your new hair or my new plasma TV. But right now, I've got the biggest, hardest erection because of you, Jim. Because you're a big guy.
Because you got a new TV because of me?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's wonderful. Glad to hear it. You got a new TV just so you could watch me on this, huh? On this show?
Big hard erection, Jimbo.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for your call.
good evening, Table Talk. You with Pastor DePoy. I'm glad you called.
Yeah, Pastor, you were talking about whether we'd be eating meat in heaven.
Yeah, we never really did answer that question. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I sure hope we're eating meat in heaven, because, what's heaven going to be without porterhouse steaks and ribs and bearded clams,
Well, let me suggest something to you. First of all, when the curse happened, the very first thing that God did to clothe Adam and Eve, who were in the garden, had been cast out of the garden now, had put fig leaves over themselves, he had to kill an animal. And I assume that the animal he killed, God doesn't waste anything. He put the coats of skin upon them. I think they probably had to eat the animal as well. And the sacrifices, and it would have been cooked, the sacrifice in the Old Testament, they had meat sacrifices. With the ox, they had an ox roast. With the lamb, they had a lamb roast. And they ate those. And then God said, remember the dietary laws, he said, certain animals, therefore your meat. And the children of Israel themselves were shepherds. And cattle, they raised cattle. And they ate the cattle some were farmers, but a lot of them they were herdsmen and cattle people, ranchers. And so, they ate meat. And Jesus himself, even after his resurrection, remember he saw the fishermen out there and have you caught anything? And they came ashore. Jesus had already the fish cooked up on the grill for them. And the Bible says he did eat with them. And in fact,
how do you like seafood there, Pastor?
Do I like seafood? I eat it. But, I like seafood very much. In fact, whenever I go to a restaurant, I usually, most of the time, will order fish.
Have you ever ate bearded clam, though?
No.
Bearded clam? That's pretty good.
Okay.
You usually got to buy the girl a couple drinks before she'll let you eat it, though.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't intend to do that. Anything else?
No, that's it, sir.
All right, thank you.
Hello, you're on the bilge pump.
Hey, Chad. Chad, that's your name, right?
What's that?
Chad's your name?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, what's your name, sorry?
Mark.
Mark?
Yes.
Oh, well, you don't mind if I call you Chad, do you?
Well, I don't know. What's your name?
Dave, such other?
Oh, well, you don't mind if I call you Doug, do you?
No. I've called in a couple times. You talked to me before.
Okay. How you doing? Are you for me or against me?
I'm for you, but I kind of like John Kerry. But
Well, look, real quickly, because like I said, I'm going to limit the calls to 2 minutes per caller. What do you like about John Kerry?
He won 3 Purple Hearts.
He won 3 Purple Hearts?
Yeah.
That's why you like him?
But my grandpa said he was an officer, so he could write it himself, and he's nothing but an asshole.
Yeah. Caller, could you repeat that? I'm not sure if I heard that last word.
A-hole?
Okay, that's a little better. We're trying to watch your language. We have kids watching here.
Hello, you're on.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Carl here.
Who?
Carl.
Yeah.
You're about to say something about mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to say about those?
Well, there's a new breed of mosquito out now. I mean, this guy is brand new. Came over here from, it tells in here, he came over here from Asia. Yeah, he's an Asian species. He's a more efficient carrier of the West Nile virus. Now, this West Nile virus is a very serious thing. There was, 2 people, I think, died last year. There was 19 human cases of West Nile virus and 2 deaths in Michigan last year. Gee, I mean, boy, you know, there was 2 guys shot up here in Muskegon Heights in 1 week. And we're going to get all uptight here about these mosquitoes. And, you know, there shouldn't be any mosquitoes around anymore because they picked up all the tires, you remember? Okay, what do you want to say?
All right, thanks for calling.
That was a short one, I guess.
Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Table Talk. Good.
You said you wanted to know what was wrong with the school system?
Yeah, what's wrong?
I think it got a lot to do with, like, in the 80s and the 90s,
Yeah.
all the parents, maybe even your parents, they were on ecstasy. The drugs, man.
My parents were never on ecstasy.
Yeah, the one,
But there are.
I'm not trying to knock you, but I think it was a good, you know, it was a great deal.
A lot of it could be. Well, you're hitting on something. You use the word parents.
Yeah.
This particular school.
No, that whole, like,
And-
this whole
and-
decade, like 10 years, man,
Yeah.
of, like, the whole country was on ecstasy.
No. Maybe in the world you were in, but not in the world I was in. I agree with you. It's a big problem. I think the big problem, though, that you're talking about here is parents.
Well, not
When
teaching,
parents
like,
get
Bible study or
involved,
just in general, like, not teaching anything.
the kids aren't learning. Kids don't come to learn. There's no discipline. There's how do you as a teacher? You can't.
God is upset with us about parenting, then?
Excuse me?
You think God's upset with us about parenting?
Oh, absolutely. I think the only way that a teacher can succeed as a teacher is if she has, one of the only way. I mean, it's possible for a teacher to just be an outstanding teacher, maybe get through to the kids. But she needs the support of parents. She's got to be able to send a note home to parents saying, your child was totally disruptive and out of order in class today, and I need you to discipline your child because I cannot teach a class with your child in it if that child continues to behave the way they do. Parents have got to take that note, take that child, and discipline their children. And there's got to be some... Used to be that you feared going to the principal's office because you could get paddled down there.
Hey,
Used to be.
I had good parenting, but I've never. I don't know. I strayed away from God, and but I believe in God, you know. But I never took a shotgun in the fucking school. Excuse my French. I never took a shotgun in the school.
By the way, that
and
wasn't
blew
French.
everybody up. You know, that's just crazy.
Yeah, and by the if you use any more profanity, I'm going to have to. You've been kind to me on the program, so stay reasonable with me here. The school system. When I was a kid, we said the pledge. When I was a kid, we said the Lord's Prayer.
The
When I was
Pledge or the Pledge of Allegiance?
we said both.
Both?
And this was in a public school. When I was in school. It was not unthinkable for a teacher to have the Bible on the desk.
Also, but back then they'd beat you with a ding roar.
They sure would. And you were afraid to go to the principal's office. You'd get a spanking. And you better fear your teacher. I tell the story about a lady, her name was Comstock. She was one of my teachers.
Comstock?
Comstock, yeah, something like that.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to let you go, man.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Hello, you're on.
Howdy, Jim.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Just sitting here with my boy. He really likes you.
He does, huh?
Here? Yeah, he keeps waving at you. You want to give him a wave back?
Okay, there you go.
That's great, Jim. Well, I just wanted to call and say that because I don't know, my boy's all attracted to you for some strange reason. I don't know, hopefully he doesn't turn out to be one of those funny kids. But,
Yeah, really.
Yeah, all right, Jim. Well, my pretend boy thanks you, and so does Jesus in the dump truck. Have a good night.
Okay, you bet. Thanks for the call.
There he goes. One of God's own prototypes. A high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production. Too weird to live and too rare to die.